Not really. Would that be the secret to what has kept us going this far? Some people will be like, in my village, I've heard them say he was lucky. You understand? Like, they say, Mbappe. No boys, they play ball past Mbappe for this area. I just say they don't get luck. You understand? They say he's not lucky. So some people think I was very lucky. Right? And then, of course, for people who believe in God, you can't remove the act of God. You say, oh, the mama they pray. Does that mean all your mothers are not praying? Do you get where I'm coming from? Of course, we believe in God, we believe in all those things. But I want to talk to you about the eighth wonder of the world that I realized is my secret success that have brought me to where I am today. And it relates to my first story of, would you rather choose a one-day anointing, a burst, or would you rather be someone that necessarily does not have that crazy burst per se, but day in, day out, you are good. So feel free to write the eighth wonder of this world is this word consistency. Consistency. Can water cut rock? Yes. How? God bless you. Over time, consistently, water will cut rock. So someone else will be like, can a boy from Ajebule? See the example I gave you? Can water cut rock? Do you know it simply means, can a boy from Ajebule, can a girl from First Stack build $100 million company? It's the same thing with what? Water cutting rock. There's no difference. Rock hard, die. Go and build. First pay you first eat now. Then you rent house outside of Ajebule. Then you now first buy a house. Then you now start building. Where will you get the money? In fact, I think my example is harder than rock. Let's reduce itself. How can a boy from Ajebule, can a boy from Ajagbadi, can a girl from Ota, can a girl from Nasarawa build a company that can hire 100 people, 1,000 people? It is harder than water cutting rock. Especially if you now look at some of you that have background that has no capital. Like some people here, of course, some people here walk to the school. Some people, and some of you, if you can't hear some of the classes, some people were shopkeeper, some were nurse, some were attendant, and they were doing the curve. So if you correlate it, how on earth can someone like this ever in his life become something in his life? It's practically impossible. You know, it's impossible. Well, the problem is that every single person that have accepted that story and accept that water cannot cut rock, because today all you see is just water pouring on the rock. So which means water, and when you talk about water cutting rock, you need to understand one thing. Not just any kind of water can cut the rock. It has to be water that is focused. So water must have concentration and pressure. So the water is not doing three things. The water is not splashing here, here, and here. Now I'm teaching you the principles behind consistency. Number one is focus. So water that has focus. So I'm sure, have you guys seen a hose? Those hoses that poop, like you use it to wash car, use it to do anything. That's a focused water. Then rain. Rain can be focused a bit when you say it, but like rain is kind of an example of water that is not focused. So when you carry bowl and fetch water, that's a lack of focused water. So in your life, you're going to have a lot of distraction. There was a particular student here some class ago, and this is not a good thing to say, but he lost a parent. Also, I think one of them had issue with her sister. She was living in her sister's house. So I think her sister kicked her out. So she couldn't even have a place to go. One of them, in fact, money to use to come to the core is like miracle. It's like a problem for them to get transport money to come. And then when you look at all of these things, you see all these challenges of life. Do you know one of the core things that all these challenges are doing to you? One of the core things is it throws away your focus. It throws away the focus. So you first think about that I don't have transport to go. My sister is kicking me out of the house. You know what? Make I just find any quick job which could just help me to be able to feed. And then while you're doing it, you're doing 1, 2, 3 things. You're doing 3 things. Rock and water. The only way water can cut rock is if the water is focused. So the second, I have a pipe that has 2 mouths. Guess what happens? The pressure reduces. So consistency must have focus, number 2. Number 2 is that the difference between the water that will cut a rock and the other water is that you fetch and you pour. You fetch and you pour. The other one is the on it immediately is going. So the big difference between these two is that one has what? Staying power, and the other one is on and off. Grit. The number 2 point is grit is the second characteristic of consistency. Staying power. Grit. Grit. When I went for my internship, I didn't have where to stay. I was squatting of course, it's easier to pastor's house. I was squatting my pastor's house. A pastor cannot want to kick you out now. If you're homeless, if he's really a pastor, he will house you. So I was squatting my pastor's house, and every day I was doing the internship in a very expensive city. It was New York. And every day to eat would be a problem. I would just spend only $5 a day. So in the morning, I would drink a lot of water. In the afternoon, there's biscuits in the office. Just eat biscuits. In the night, you use that $5 and just eat. And then you go back. And you do it back to back for 6 months. Back to back for 6 months. There was not one day in that 6 months that I missed my office. There was not one day in that 6 months that I did not read a book. There was not one day in that 6 months that I did not show up. There were days that I showed up, but I was crying. But who cares? What matters was what you showed up. There are days that I showed up, and it's almost like the ulcer in my stomach will open. But guess what? I show up. I will show up there, but I'll show up hungry. Beg. I beg somebody to buy me food. My point is that what? Consistency. Everybody think about consistency, but they don't understand the subset of what makes something consistent. There must be a focus and there must be staying power on something. And that's how I can promise you that when you receive a heavy message or anointing, the difference between those, those that change the world after hearing a particular message and those are the key difference between the two people are those that understand consistency, being able to stay beyond all the odds. In Kora, we call it Mamba mentality. Everyone knows Mamba now. Kobe Bryant, he broke his ankle in a game, and everybody was like, nah, it's going to go out. No, came back in, he limped like this. took the shot, finished the game, and now went out. Now, I'm not saying you should do it when your leg break, but I'm saying that if you have picked any area of choice, cut every single thing out, focus on it, and even on the days that you are sad, your babe break up with you, no Valentine's gift, tell her, hold on, I'm working on something. Something rouge is coming. It might not come out in the first year, it might not come out in the second year. In my own case, it came out in the fourth, fifth year. Some people, it comes out in the 10th year. But mind you, I started doing business at 18, and it manifested at 29, 30-ish. Okay? So, consistency is the only way that a small boy and a small girl from the jungles or from the trenches can change the world. That is this biggest, and guess what? When we talk about consistency, nobody talks about, like, we're not talking about, see, the best example, have you seen anybody that is built? Have you seen any boy or girl that has 6 packs? Right? Go and check those people out. In a particular week, there is a certain number of times that they go to the gym and you don't miss it. See, if you like, beat them, if you like, let them know the transport money, if you like, you see, it's impossible to have, you see that 6-pack back, it's impossible when you choose to work out when you feel like working out. So you get somebody say, I have a headache. Headache compared to where I'm going. Headache, you sit down. I'm not sure you understand the kind of mentality I'm trying to imbibe in you. I understand some women have really emotional issues, maybe something that happened to you at home or something happened before. If you really want to achieve something, you have to put that baggage aside or transfer aggression of that issue or that stupid boy, put it in somewhere. Channel the anger towards someone. So I'm here to tell you that being the best today in your class does not matter. Being the most consistent is more important. If I said I will give you 10 million naira, 50 million naira, let me even use dollars so that I've heard you open. $50 million now, or $1 that multiplies itself for 30 days, which one would you choose? Because you led in the stage, I would have asked you to start. Can someone do a quick math and Google $1 multiplies itself for 30 days? Quickly. Yep. What is it? Can someone tell me? $1 every day? No. $1 that multiplies itself every day for 30 days. Google. If you type it, bring it out. 500 and what? Who is Googling it? We don't have data here. What's going on? Okay. Somebody have the answer? What's the answer? $1 billion. Can you hear it? 1 billion plus. Yes. If we remove the first day's multiplication, it will be 500 and say good. But you see that thing I just said, 50 million. Oftentimes our mind, and when you look at, do we have mathematicians in the house? If we look at the graph of this math I just said, $1 multiplied is for 30 days. The first 20 days, if this is the 1 billion and this is 30 days here, the 1 to the 20, do you know what this money will be? It will shock you. It will not even be up to the million. Guess where the magic happens? Where? Towards the end. Who knows what they call that curve? It's called the exponential curve. It bends like this. So the magic only happens where? Towards the end. So the part where people end up seeing the sign, not six-pack, the sign of six-packs is after 6 months. So when, and guess what, that is for 6 packs. When we talk of entrepreneurship and we talk of your skill sets, it will shock you the time you might see the fruit of what you're working for. Your first 5 years is like 1 to 20. It's not even up to million. But all of a sudden you wake up a year after, it will double and double and double and double and double. That's how investments you make on yourself compounds. When you make investments on yourself. And the only thing that could guarantee this place is what? There are 2 things. That the mathematics must continue and it must multiply. Think about it. That you must go to day 21 and you must multiply. Multiplication is the focus. And going to day 21 is what? Staying power, grit. Grit. So being in the curve is your what? Sir? Is your day 1. I have people from the curve that are in Kora today. I'm surprised if they are not here. Maybe they'll be here next time. There's one boy, Destiny. There's another one, Suliton. You guys might have seen him around your school. Those ones, even like some people carry the curve as a 6 months thing and then they dropped it. These ones took it like their lifestyle. You don't be surprised they're working Kora. There's one boy, I don't know if he was outside Divine. There's one. Okay, Divine came here. His mom used to be a cleaner at my school. And our brother said she was selling food and I think she was trying to do some other stuff back then. Very small stuff. When he came to my place in 2019, they used to share one palace that has rubber ring, him and his brother. And the battery, like you have to hit the phone and put the palace and tie the rubber ring, then it will work. 2 brothers were sharing the one phone. The laptop he had was TV. You know, carton box TV. Like the laptop, when you open it first, you must now plug the charger and you press I wish he was here when I tell you this story. I always humble him. I humble him with it. So he came to me. He's one of my once said I should take them to train. So I said, okay, I'll take him to train. And I told him my condition, she must be very hungry. The boy says he's hungry. I said, I don't have space. After I spoke to them, I said, she can go. He told me he's not going. I said, how why? He said, he said to walk. I said, no space for my place to sleep. He said, I'll sleep on the ground. I said, no, can't. I'm not kidding you. He stayed on the ground for 2 weeks. Just in the night, he goes and brings out carton, drops it on the ground. And he just kept begging me in that place that you just give him a laptop. That's all. He doesn't want phone, he just wants a laptop. And he wants to stay where there's internet. I am not capping you. I stayed in that same place when we started this company. He programmed every blessed day, minimum 15 hours. Straight. For 4 years. Straight. He became the best engineer in Kora. He's built a company last year. Many of you might have heard of Divest. Does over 400 million in revenue every month. This is a boy that was sleeping on the ground in my office. Just bought a car now for 35 million, he's building a house. Is that not the same thing with what? Water cutting rock? Who would have believed that a nobody's son, without a father, since he was a child, can achieve that? He's just one story. I have so many others. When I say so many others, the problem is that we are too intrigued with Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and we watch the movie and we go back home. And the next morning, when challenges hit you, you fall back into your default. So my message to you today is, do you want to will watch online, hail them. In fact, some of you will post online, new tech bro, new tech sis. Or you are sleeping 17 hours a day. Or will you rather just receive and keep your mouth shut and keep working consistently when nobody's watching you? You know the true work is done when nobody's watching you. Not even when you're in the office. When you're in the night in your house, when there's no light. Nowadays, you young ones won't relate, but when we were in secondary school, I was reading Candle and we still burst first. It's too bad, dead. And it's candle. Candlelight, we light it. So people who are like 30 and above should relate to this story. If you went to body house, it's candle we use. And lanterns if you have kerosene, but candle is better. So sometimes you should be able to save all the money you have and everything and beg your uncle and brother and sister to just buy a laptop. Use your phone internet to be sharing the data. Once you finish downloading, when you download your office, leave all your simulation on the laptop. Go to Mama Nkechi's place, plug your laptop to charge, go back in the house, use it overnight. The moment money reach, you go back again and plug. If you don't have light, the people who have light should be your best friend. If you have another friend that don't have light, it should not be your friend. You rush to the nearest place, plug your laptop overnight. You are coding when everybody is sleeping. And you wake up in the morning, they say you are lazy. You wake up, maybe you sleep by like 3, then you wake up maybe like 8, 9, you get up again, start again. And you repeat it like that for straight 4 years. Straight 4 years, 5 years. We must be very impatient with work and very patient with what? Results. Because somebody who goes to the gym for 30 days consecutively and then sees the 6 packs will give up. But he doesn't understand the principle that his 30 days in the gym is just day 1. It's at day 20 that everything starts escalating. I say this to say that I know so many people from different backgrounds. All fingers are not equal. Some people might have some money to be able to go in and come out, some might not. Some might have laptop at home, some might not. But we must all understand that talent is evenly distributed. The opportunity that was not evenly distributed, you have it now. Does that make sense? Talent is evenly distributed. Do we all have 2 hands? Do we all have brain? Do you understand? So since we all have brain, talent is distributed such that some people like math, some people don't like math, right? Which means that those that might be good, some will be back end, some will be front end. Some people who are creatives will be designers. Some people who, do you get what I'm saying? There's so many places. So the talent is there. What is not evenly distributed is the opportunity. How many times do you see people like Kelechi or people like Cynthia take their time and become the great coaches you have? Take their time. I always say that Kelechi and Cynthia are here because they see a future where we want to build a big university down the line. In fact, I think we're down to 3 years, 4, 5, 6 years time. Latest, this will start being accredited. I think probably even by this year we'll start making the move to get accredited and to get on it. And they're here for that mission. But how many times do you have the opportunity to see? I think he's doing this thing because it's his true passion. I met him doing it, by the way. And one day you'll be flying outside of Nigeria. Some students will come and run and hug you and say thank you. And if you understand where I'm coming from, I was going one time, I saw one student on the call. I went for a meeting. And I saw one girl from the Curve. I think she's in one of those companies. So she came to meet me. I was going towards the airport. Mr. Dickson, God bless you. Thank you very much, sir. I said, where are you working? I said, I'm working in this place. How much are you? She said, I'm paying 500,000 naira. This girl was a hairdresser, and she gave her. She gave her testimonial here like 2 years ago. Hairdresser. Now she's doing front end, 500,000 naira. And that's a joke salary. That's a joke. If you really know what you're doing. For the next 3 to 4 years. So we must understand that the curve is only your day 1 out of your 30 days. The example of $1 that multiplies itself every day. So if you have any intensity you used to do the curve every day, you must maintain it and not stop. Which means that when you are done with the curve, you're somebody that only survives with structure. Do you know? You know, there's some people that create structure, some people survive with structure. So let's say that you are someone that survives in a place where somebody has created the structure for you, and then you are now done. You're done with the cover. You don't have a structure around your life. What do? You don't have somebody like it. I say that's why, if you know that you are like you want to build consistency, you start now. When we're done with the curve, who here they stay my area? We are. If all the people in your area are slackers, you now say, what else in my area when will let me fall? Any school around, you go to the school, there's this boy that got a job in Kora. He's now confirmed designer. Obina. He was working for free. It's the same message. I told them, if you finish, no, this one work, go and work for free. The worst thing that will happen to you is if you lose your consistency. Obina started. Obina was even working with you and free. At the point, he now saying maybe we should find this something because the boys. Do you understand? One day they now came back and I said, this guy has been working. We just gave him test. Somebody who has been working since you will know. He did the passed the test. He's a junior designer in Kora, not intern, like junior. Don't worry, that one is made. But Kora is just one example. There's so many others. Some of you can work for Facebook. Don't you have dreams? Do you understand? Some of you here can work for Twitter, X. Some of you here can work for Amazon. We put it as a 5-year goal, and we put in 15 hours every blessed day, even on what? Sunday. The only thing I will do is I'll go to church and come back. I'll go to the mosque on Friday and come back. That's all. Every day, non-negotiable consistency. Somebody's sick, somebody's well. Somebody dies, somebody resurrects. Non-negotiable consistency. When I was working there, see, my sister is married. You need my help. If it's not this work I am doing, nothing else. Does that make sense? I can guarantee you, if you think of any other way better than this, you can as well just go and play sports bet. I guarantee you, if anybody tells you anything different from what I have told you, his money is not clean, and you can as well just go and play sports bet or go and do crypto. But if you're looking for how to change your name, how to change your family, and I don't care the age, it can be 45. I have, like I said, I have my classmates that is 30s. There's another of my teacher from secondary school that is coming now. He's 42. Just started engineering. The time anybody wake up is their morning. 42. There's one of my friends here, he's inside here. We're around the same age. Is my friend from the streets, from the Zanga. You understand? I know he's my friend because he came to see me before he joined. And I said join. And he just started. He even joined late and he started. It doesn't matter. If anything, the older you are, the angrier you should be. Why is these small children talking to me like this? Anyway, it's not their fault. I wasted my time. So what will I do? I'll double my hustle. Because when I got into my internship, I was seeing children of 19, 20 years doing the work. Then I now saw my manager was 23. And you know, in that place, nobody cares about age. Here we care about age. So me, I started feeling bad. And I said, you see here, anything you know, madam, give me 1 year. There's no book I do not read. You will consume it. And the challenge you're giving yourself is not about competing with the person. It's about understanding that you have a deficit. If you are above 24 and beyond, you realize that, if I had gotten into this thing earlier, I will not be where I am. So for that reason, I will make up for the years that I have lost. And the only way to make up for the years you've lost is what? Consistency. Focus. And so for instance, someone from the Curve came to meet me and now told me, sir, I have this job that is working well for me. They pay me, but it takes my time during the day. Or I am cooking in the evening. I come to the Curve some days. What should I do? I said, you are asking me, should you just know you can also have 2 masters at the same time? What else do you want me to answer you? That you should be doing your job and be doing this. If you want maximum return that has exponential growth, I tell you today, quit that place. Now I'm advising you to go and be a nuisance, be a beggar. Look for family members or aunties that can give you urgent 2K to eat every day and give this career. Give it a chance. Put it and say, if I do this thing for 4 years, which means that what? There are people that finish from the Curve that didn't get a job. Guess what some of them did? They threw their system out, and that's it. And by the way, when we play all your future in 10 years' time, not all of you will be engineers. You understand? Some of you will hear this and will still drop off, and that's how life works. I'm just only telling those people that will be there in that 10 years that didn't know the hack. The hack is drop. You see those things that eat your time and cannot allow you grow in this one thing. Let me tell you, worst case scenario, you finish from the Curve, there's nothing to, you find job, you don't get, they do internship, you don't get internship. You should start volunteering back. There are computer schools around you. I can be a programming teacher. Because while teaching, you are growing. And while you are still practicing now, you come back to the Curve and say, boss, madam, don't worry now. I did. Because you don't want to leave the environment to keep growing. And you keep growing. And guess what you do? You do keep growing, prepare your LinkedIn, and just be applying. Let me tell you how I got down paid internship. In case if you don't know, in case some of you might think that I had it easy. When I decided my last company had failed, I said I don't want to do business again. This thing's not for me. I want to go and work for somebody. I applied for a job for like 4 months. And do you know how I realized I was stupid? I was applying for a job, and I will know the job I applied for. Let me explain. I will tell somebody that I've applied for 4 jobs. They will ask you the names of the company. I will count 1 to 3. So when that one company, for instance, GE, I wanted to work in GE, told me no. It pain. Do you know why it pain? Because I put my mind and my efforts there. I will see myself as a failure. But if I look at applying for a job as a probabilities thing, the day that clicked in my head, I was like, hey, nobody cares about the number of jobs that I applied for that I didn't get. Everybody cares about the only one I got. So the more you apply, the more the chances. So guess what? I realized that true people that get jobs are people that don't even remember the names of the places they applied. I started applying 30 jobs a day. I did 30 jobs a day for 30 days. I applied almost 1,000 jobs, and I got only 1. Now, how many of you would have thought I applied to 900 plus and I didn't get anyone? Look at me now. What key? They took me on my first. If I tell you that they took me on my first application, what will you say? You believe me? Yes. But nobody knows. Do you get where I'm coming from? Nobody knows the shots you took that you did not get. So why will you be letting the shots hurt you? That's such a mediocre thinking. So when you are done, I think when we are doing the graduation, it's very important to realize that applying for jobs is a sport. Just shoot. Do you understand? You don't count 4 and 5. Now be expecting 1 because you think you are too good. You make your CV. If you're a product manager, come look for all the areas in product management. Product account manager, product technical manager, product supervisor, product is. You just go, you just run it out. And then you keep doing your certifications and you keep running it down. You don't stop consistently. One of my friends was telling me that he knows why I'm successful. I said, what happened? He said that I was in heaven and I disturbed God time. I was, they can go. And I think that's what happened. I honestly think that's what happened. Like, get out from here, Jared. Oh yeah, take it, give him. Because I will not stop. You only keep telling me no. So when you're done with the call, don't stop. Get yourself engaged in something, even if it's free, and keep looking at the bigger goal. You have your Excel sheet. You write local and what? International. Under local, you write 10. This one, 10. You'll be applying 10 every day. Before you sleep, you say, am I taking my tablet? What's your tablet? 10. You apply 10. You cannot do it for 6 months and be a failure. It's impossible. It cannot happen. Because guess what everybody cares about? When I got my own, they were like, this guy is so smart. He's working at the UN. It was United Nations. I did my internship. United Nations in New York. Oh, it's me. Did you know? I got till today. I still receive email. We regret to inform you. I've grown. I don't know that. But I still get emails till today. 7 years ago, we regret to inform you. Why are you regretting to inform? But you understand, at the point, I was like, nobody knows the shots. Nobody knows. It's like when you see me now, you're like, you don't know the number of things I built that failed. Who cares? Nobody. And you understand? So we are too deep in our feelings that we think, I built this and it failed. Oh, come on for road. Everybody built it and it failed. Everybody built it and it failed. So you cannot be thinking, I built it like me. I am. You are nobody. You must what? Collect. Everybody must chop breakfast. So you must collect. So the moment you understand that they must tell me no, do you know what happens? You realize that you are nobody and you change. Emotionally you switch. You come for the graduation. They give only 2 people internship or 5 people. And you think you're better than that guy or the girl. And they gave her, maybe say Kora to her, Pida to her, they gave them the job. It will be very stupid of you to be in your own feelings, to feel bad. Because that is just 1 out of another 1,000. So you go back home and say, since you people have done it, let me go to Ogasoni shop to snap new passports. You wear black shirts, shave your beard. Goal for me is like the reason what have you ever thought of what's the purpose of us spending tens of millions, 50, 60, 80 million? You know, you progress solar, some fan, we're doing investor, we're doing. None of you can pay us, I hope you know. Have you ever thought of why? Anybody thought of why? Because many people might not be like, oh, let me tell you the reason why I choose to do this. For now, till the university comes up with that one we paid, this one is unpaid. But the reason why, and we will never stop this by God's grace, the reason why we chose to do this is because I strongly believe that talent is evenly distributed. Just imagine I didn't take that Oloko boy. His company now employs about 35 people. Cannot, like just imagine I didn't take, I don't want to call one boy's name that finished here. Right now he's treating his mom, he's treating his family from his salary, and he's taking care of his whole family. Some of you are from your children. What if I did not start? There's one guy, Frank, see him here. Of course, you know his sister. Many of you might know her, Luciana. Like, what if we did not start this? Do you know the number of people that will not be able to come out and break forth? Do you understand where I'm coming from? So the reason I started is because I want to create opportunity, because I think the future of Nigeria will be tech-driven. AI, blockchain, tech, pure tech. Future of Nigeria will be tech-driven. Our job, our small thing we can do as Kora is to give back, to help people come out, because you know the best. Who knows the best investment you can do in this life? God bless you. Yourself and people. So after investing in yourself, so when you buy a car, it's the cheapest and the most stupid form of investment. You buy a house, okay, fine. Most will worth it one day when you are gone. But you invest in yourself, enough to invest in people, it just keeps propagating, because that guy has employed 35 people, you raise another person. He will do for you, you raise up, you will do it to another person, you will do. And before you close your eyes and open it, boom, the economy is all tech-driven. So I hope that when you go back now, number one, you are thinking of how to sustain this. and you must ensure that you build processes around sustaining yourself. When I mean processes, I mean some people think that, let's say you say, I don't want to play that Nigeria again. You can't trust yourself not to play that Nigeria again. You have to submit yourself to somebody. You have to build a process. First, delete all the apps. Message back Nigeria to close all your accounts. Submit your. If you have a senior brother, you go to senior brother, senior sister, or brother, say, I have this issue. Please help me. Don't allow me to do this if I ever. You understand? You cough yourself. You cough your issue out. Now, when you're done with the call, you really need to do that. You need to find another person and say, see, I don't want to lose this thing. I see you're the best student. Let's keep it. Let's maintain this thing. Support me, let me support you. Have you seen those guys that carry first when you're in school? They were not alone. Yeah. And their two friends, they were all lighting. Three, okay? So you have to find that. Second, you can go back to an accountability partner and say, see, sir, what can I do? Put me on an extra course of this. Put me on another. Then on LinkedIn, start looking for mentors. Then you start, have the guts to message the CEO and the if you're a product manager, message the head of product in any other company, show them your portfolio, of course, do great work. But just have the guts to just you need to build a process around yourself to make sure you don't lose out. Okay, that being said, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great day. I think you're graduating in 3 months' time, or 2 months. 2 months. And I wish you all the best. I'll see you on your graduation. And hopefully, one or two people might get an internship, but it doesn't really matter. What's more important is what? Consistency. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I wish you all the best. And have a good day.
Thank you for that wonderful session. Do you have any question for Mr. Dickson? Do we have any question? Please make it. Okay.
For you to get the foundational skill you need. So if you're back-end, I think mostly you guys are doing Node.js or JS and Node.js, TypeScript. You've not gone into frameworks yet. Okay, so once you get the good foundation, you can start playing around new industries. Some blockchain is still hot, it's not bad. But if I was in this era, I'm going AI to ends. Like I will be learning JS and Python so that I'll be able to do machine learning. And as I'm doing it, because there are going to be way more jobs available in AI than normal this day, right? And because it's a buzzword, you can as well just catch the buzz. And it might be very easy to learn how to use AI and AI agents and AI tools to do different work. But don't forget that you must make sure your foundation is also solid, right? So if you just dabble into AI now, how? Like you don't even have context of some libraries that you need, like, or you're not even grown in this thing. So that's why, like devil is working overtime, you have to work overtime too. Like you have to do, like if you like, when I'm saying these things, don't think I'm saying it as a motivational speaker. I've built companies that have worked. If I was here, I would not be going home. Like I will sleep. I will sleep if there's bed. If there's no bed in my house, I will not have a girlfriend for sure. I will not have any distraction in my life. I'm not saying girlfriends are distractions or boyfriends are distractions. I'm just saying I will not entertain an emotional distraction. Yes. Before you people quote me now, drag me again. But I'm saying that I will not entertain any form of distraction, and I will zone in on getting the foundational knowledge in JS if I'm a backend or frontend. And alongside that, I will be learning a new frontier technology at the same time. And if I consistently do this for 2 years, there's no way I will just be broke for only 2 years. One time, when I changed my job, right, or rather when my company failed, right, they were asking me if I wanted to. I was going to get a job, and they'll pay me some good money for the job. And I was thinking maybe I should, get this job, earn some good money, or, so I said, I'll get the job. Let me first start. But hunger don't kill me too much. So I did this job for like a couple of years. And at some point, my every day, I have to sleep. Like, I will not be able to sleep because I'm thinking of ideas. I want to build. Also, it comes with being Igbo. So if you're an Igbo person, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to own something, own business. So I was just thinking. Then, I had saved. And I'm saying this thing, like, I saved, and I'm not advising you to do this, but I saved 100% of all my salary, 100, which means I was going to people to say, see, give me some money. I've invested this money. When the money comes out, I will pay you back. And it was not, I'm not advising you to do it. I had good friends that would give me money. But I created it as a way to discipline. So salary does not even come to me. Salary just goes. Like of course they pay me, it just goes to this place that is an investment in. So by 3 months or 4 months time, the person I borrowed money from, maybe like I was doing like 50K or 100, I'll now go back. And by that time I made the interest and I now pay you back. I'm not advising you to do it. I'm proper this thing. Don't do it. But I'm saying that I saved enough money. And after saving that money, I was now saying, okay, what should I do next? Do I continue working or do I make business? So I would rather be broke for another 2 years and think very long term. Now, see, again, I'm not advising you to do everything I've done. I'm just trying to give you a context of sometimes in your mindset you'll be like, I would rather not, why should I not be doing 1 job here, 2 jobs here, and be making 150K, 200K? I'm not saying, if you don't choke, go and take the job and make 150K, 200K till you save some bit. You see, I told you I saved some bit. But there's a point in your life you really need to think hard and say, the time I'm investing to make 100K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month, if I just decided to be broke and not take that money, but I would learn crazily 15 hours every day for the next 1 to 2 years, how much can I earn? It will shock you that if you really do that, first time you get a job, you'll be starting at maybe 700, or maybe it's going to be in dollars. It will shock you. It will shock you. And the problem I have with like menial jobs is that they have a cap on your head. Menial jobs. You work as a security guard somewhere. You work as a lab attendant. Which lab attendant will ever make 300,000, 500,000? You work as a shopkeeper. So, and again, and that's why I'm giving context. If you like, nobody did to support and everything, you can be doing it too. But there has to be a point where you be like, nah, I'd rather go down to come back up. At some point in time, because life will never just make things easy for you. So you might like, and that's why one of those guys, that guy, Dickson, he had to quit the shopkeeper role, and it was a bit tough. It was for 6 months, man, supper, like real supper. So you have to be going. People go like, guy today, but he just go. And he was quite lucky that within 6 months to 8 months, he got a job. And now, the last time I saw him, I was shouting at him, he has added too much weight. He's making too much money, that's why he's adding too much weight. So I'm saying that the potential for you to be uncapped in doing AI and doing the new frontier technologies is so much. It's worth it. It's really worth it to consider that if you have someone that can support or people that can kind of just shock you in for just food to eat, the rest you want to hold it down and just I always give it 2 years. Just give it intensive 2 years. You will not be capped. Like, I have boys that came here. Like, I don't want to start shocking. I have at least, not necessarily from the call, but from like another small program that we did here, over 16 of them. Like last year I had 40 of them. Out of the 40 last year, 30 of them already have jobs that are earning over $1,000, and the oldest is 21. But okay, no, these boys are in covenant, so their head is not small, right? But like, yeah, but then you get what I mean. Just in less than 2 years, they all have jobs over, not less than 6 months, 1 year. They all have jobs over $1,000. One of them is companies making $8,000 a month. He's 19, and he started 2 years ago. So you have the ability to be uncapped. But the problem is that you'll be so engraved in any 100K and 150K that you just lose sight of the big thing. You just lose sight of the big deal. So sometimes it's worth it to be like, man, it's going to be painful. Can I just write 5 people or 6 people that can borrow me 50K or 40K? Something I'll just use to eat for the next period. And this guy big. And because you know that you've been, like, if you're lucky you have a sibling or cousin or brother or uncle or father or mother, you're lucky. They'll just be giving money for food while you just bury your head here. But if you don't have that, you can gather around, look for people, just get it, and you will be very disciplined. You put in a savings account, every day you're only taking 2K or 2 or 5, 3K or 5K, and that's it. You want 2K or 5K is a lot now. This is like 3K or something that just keeps you going. And sometimes you might not have money for food. Like me, those days I just buy pack of Gary, sack of Gary, buy like 6K. My 25K, 30K. Just buy Gary and put my sugar and groundnut, and we eat that one, and just repeat it every day, and mix it with some other things. The day God bless, and you just keep it moving, and just grind heavily, because the day you will get just one job, and you guess what? The job you might get that day, every of your friends got a job of 500,000, 400,000, your own will start at 200, 150. It's okay. Because the second you enter there, you start nailing it. Do you think you will stop applying for other jobs? Now you have a brand behind you, logo. Where is the intern at Kora? Former Kora employee. You use that one and just like bamboozle the other websites again. When I was at Kora, I worked on this and this and that. I placed it here and something huge happened. That's all you need. All you need is one. All you need is one. Just one. Within 2 years. One. Just one. And after you get the one, you bury your head in that one job. You do it like it's your life. You make them so happy. And from there, you might start growing. You're looking at other jobs. You're looking at other people. Your LinkedIn will now change to dash. And then from there, you'll be posting on the work you're doing. You show people. You go for conferences. You don't joke around with conferences. Like you don't joke. And when you go to the conference, you go to the table of the company. Say, hi, this is my work I've been doing. I love your company. Even if you don't like the company. And before you go there, you research. See what this guy did now. I am more inclined to want to trust him. Just because he's like, oh, I know you worked in blockchain and worked in this and worked in that. I'm like, hey, this guy did his own work. So you go, you're going, and don't joke with those conferences. It's a legal startup week, this startup. You don't have money, look for transport and go there to Lekki. But just when you go there, dress neat, sharp, in a suit like this, and a lady with nice dress, you say, you don't know shit about the company. You turn around, you Google it, read through their Wikipedia. Yes, I know this about your company. This is what I've been doing. This is what I'd like to do. I'm happy. No, I just want to work. I just care about the passion. I just want to put up my skill. I don't mind. If you want to pay, it's fine. If you don't want to pay, I just want to work. That's what I'm passionate about, work. Then you go to the next company. You go, I just want to work. I just want to do it. And you just keep going around. All you need is what? I hope I answered that question. Yes. Question. I have already answered it. And the answer is what? Yes. This question is like, your question was more like, what was my lesson out of? Oh, that's a different answer. A different question, sorry. My lesson out of this failed everything. Oh my God. If we enter that area, we'll stay here long. But the best lesson I learned is that there is no plan that you plan that is going to be able to account for reality. Like, in one of my particular startups, I planned everything. I had any document, anything. Like, when who knows this Mike Tyson's proverb that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So that's one big lesson I learned. Like, reality and what you think, very different. When you start, then you will collect.